It seems odd to say Good Friday for the day that Jesus was crucified. What's good about an innocent man being murdered? For Eastern churches, it is perhaps even more ironic. They call it Great Friday, from the Greek word megale. Yes, you heard that right. Mega Friday. Now, you're right to object. There's nothing good about the murder of an innocent man, even if something good results from it. The act cannot be justified, regardless of what happens because of it. No one should go back in time and slap Roman soldiers on the back saying, "Great job, fellas, you did it." When Christians refer to the day commemorating Jesus' crucifixion as Good Friday, they are referring to the day of the week his crucifixion took place on, Friday, and an old usage of the word good, meaning holy, as in Holy Bible, also known as the Good Book. It means that somehow, in some way, this day was filled with holiness, the incomparable transcendence and goodness of God. And if we think of it as great or mega Friday, that is a word actually used in the New Testament sometimes to refer to the exceeding greatness, perfection, or vastness of something. To these Christians, it's safe to say that in the history of the world, there has never been a greater, a holier Friday with wider-ranging implications. So what makes it so holy? Well, first, God himself was offering his life for ours, his freedom for our sentence, his wealth for our poverty, his vitality for our illness, his wholeness for our brokenness, his joy for our pain, his life for our death. And secondly, in truth, the crucifixion is one part of a larger symphony, including the incarnation, the resurrection, and ascension. But on the cross is where the world learned a proper way to live and love, as odd as that sounds. The historian Tom Holland has written that we live in an odd world, a peculiar point in space and time, one that need not have existed and therefore should not be taken for granted. In this odd world we live in, he says, it's taken for granted that it is nobler to suffer than to inflict suffering, and that every human life is of equal value. But this was a revolution of ethics ushered in not by chance, but by a man who was murdered and, according to his followers, lived again 2,000 years ago. Though Holland himself is an atheist, he writes that familiarity with the Easter story has desensitized us to what both Paul and Nietzsche, in their very different ways, instinctively recognized in it, a scandal. The cross, that ancient tool of imperial power, remains what it has always been, the fitting symbol of a transfiguration in the affairs of humanity as profound and far-reaching as any in history. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. It is the audacity of it, the audacity of finding in a twisted and defeated corpse the glory of the creator of the universe that serves to explain, more surely than anything else, the sheer strangeness of Christianity and of the civilization to which it gave birth. On Good Friday, we don't just witness one more senseless act of human brutality. No, we also witness the sacrificial love of a rather strange God who confounds our human expectations. This is what makes Good Friday holy and why we remember it that way. This is a God who became a man in order to seek and save the lost, the hurt, the stranger, the outcast, the misfit, the black sheep, everyone. And that is what he did, and he's still doing today. The world has never been the same. If you feel lost, if you feel like you've been wandering forever in the wilderness, if you've been running from the pain and shame of life, we just invite you to run to Jesus, lifted above the earth, into his arms outstretched on a cross for you to welcome you home forever. Make this Good Friday the greatest of your life.